everyone from Lewis Field Stadium, and welcome to the Cable 14 Game of the Week. That was Otto the Clown helicopter dropping the game ball here.
Larry, I'm scared. What is that thing? Wow!
Otto will be at the Hayes Fly-In all day on Saturday, which is today. Second game of district. TMP Marian comes into the game 3-4 on the year. Scott City is 4-3. But all that doesn't matter. What does matter is the Monarchs are 1-0 in district play, and the Scott City Beavers are 0-1.
You know, you guys, it's really exciting to look out there and see those hardy old fans that have come out here to watch this game. You know, there's, considering the weather and all, there's a good number of people here.
I know if I didn't have to be here, I don't think I'd be sitting out in that rain.
And considering the weather here, we've got just a second here, Jeff. Why don't we show them how warm it is in the press box here? The radio people from Scott City are here, and you're going to get a look at them now. It's kind of warm. They said they're on the feel like they're on the beach. As you can see, they've stripped down.
These guys are crazy over here. I heard their live update. They did a pre-show, and they can't control the heat in the press box. And he said, "Welcome to a cold Lewis Field, and we're on the beach."
Okay, we're set to go. Monarchs and the Beavers, game 2 of the district play. And we're underway. Lewis Field Stadium on the Cable 14 Game of the Week. Fielded by Wiley, and he brings it back to about the 27, 28-yard line. And that's where the Monarchs will start out.
And here we go.
And you know, these seniors from TMP have got to be fired up. This is a big game for them, their opportunity to go on and play in district play. And they've got to be excited, and I think we're going to see some big efforts from these TMP seniors.
It could be hopefully not, but could be TMP's last regular season home game for the seniors. Should they win tonight and next week against Colby, they'll be getting one more game here. So handoff is to Wiley up the middle. He gets across the 30 into about the 32-yard line. So pickup of about 4 or 5 for Wiley.
You know, Larry, I think that's what TMP would like to do tonight is establish the run early, try to pick up 4 or 5 yards on first down, gives them some good play selection for second down, and just keep moving those chains and putting Scott City on the defensive.
I think we're going to have a short game. I think the ball's going to be kept on the ground quite a bit tonight, like you said earlier.
Okay, 2nd and 5 for the Monarchs. Matt Bloom at quarterback. Wiley once again gets the call and picks now up across the 35-yard line. That'll be a couple yards short of the first down. Trevor Cockgrill on the tackle, number 72 for the Beavers. Again, the Beavers started out the season number 1 ranked in Class 4A and went 3-0 to start out. They are now 4-3. Ulysses was the team that came on in Class 4A. So 3rd and short here for the Monarchs. We'll call it about 2, and looks like TJ Gutchalk got the call.
I think with extending out there, he should have the first down.
Like maybe he did. I know I was talking with Coach Gene Flax earlier in the week, and I asked him about TJ Gutchalk, that good job he'd been doing running the football, and he said since it was possibly their last game, he was going to stick with his seniors, but here early in the first series, TJ gets the call when the chips are down, Howard.
Well, and TJ is a hard runner, and he's shown us in the past that he can pick up the yardage when it needs to be picked up. Nice to see him get a good start tonight.
He's like a Marcus Allen type. They call on him like they would Marcus Allen that do the Chiefs when they need that short yardage. Here's Wiley. He's up across the 45 to around the 46-yard line, so that's a pickup of about 8 yards for Jason Wiley, the senior, 170-pounder.
You know, speaking of TJ, I saw him at the grocery store a couple weeks ago, and I remember him, 5'6", about 5 foot tall, 4.5 foot tall. He comes walking up to me. The kid's bigger than me now. Just all of a sudden, they just grow up. He did. He sprouted. Boy,
Okay, so it's 2nd and short for the Monarchs here. We'll call it 2. Wiley once again tries to get the yardage outside, and he's going to be close to the first down. I think he's just a little short, Howard.
Larry, that was great second effort by Jason. They had him corralled 2 or 3 yards back, but Jason just kept the feet moving and moved ahead to what I think could be a 1st and 10. I believe you're right.
They're going to mark it here, or measure it, mark it and measure it. Same difference. Same thing?
Huh?
I'll get a sponsor in here. This game brought to you in part by the Mad Matter. The Mad Matter, preserving memories for a lifetime for nearly 20 years in Hayes, framing and creatively matting pictures, senior portraits, graduation announcements, needlework, even memorabilia. The Mad Matter is a great source of posters and signed limited edition prints. Stop in and browse. Over 6,000 titles available to choose from. No project too small or too large. The Mad Matter welcomes do-it-yourselfers, decorators, and commercial work from throughout the area. Hundreds of framing sample corners to choose from. The Mad Matter Frame Shop Gallery at 112 East 11th Street in downtown Hayes. And it looks like they were just a little short there, were they, Howard?
Yeah, that'll bring up, I believe, third down, Larry.
Right, third and short here for the Monarchs. Had to be very, very close. Boy, I tell you what, that had to be inches short. So third and short for the Monarchs. Look for maybe Bloom to keep it. No, they pitch it to Gutchalk. If he can get open here, now he breaks the tackle and he's across the 30-yard line. Well into Beaver territory. He's close to the 25. DJ Gutchalk.
Larry, that was a great call by Coach Gene Flax. Everybody at Scott City, you could see it. They were punched into the middle of the line. They thought they were coming into the middle, and Gene just called a little quick pitch to the left side, and TJ scooted around and picked up a big gain. Great call.
Okay, big first down for the Monarchs as they're in Beaver territory here. We've got 9:07 left to go in the first quarter. Monarchs' first possession of the game, and they're on the move.
I see you're taking some clothes off there, Larry, too.
Oh, man, I tell you, it is warm up here.
Getting a little warm in here. It may look cold out there, folks, and probably is. Now, Jeff, you got an air conditioner in front of you. And this one doesn't work for the Monarchs. Looked like Beaker got the call there. No, that was Ryan Hoffman.
We go down and roast a beaver. Have you ever eaten beaver before, Howard?
A few flies around here, too. 8:41 left to go in the first quarter here. Monarchs are on the move. This drive started at the TMP 28-yard line, and they're down now to just inside the 25.
Larry,
see where they spotted here. They're keeping the ball dry.
I see Adam Brenner, one of their senior leaders, just trotted in. He's now at a halfback position.
And now Bloom is back to pass. He throws into traffic, and he tries to hit Brenner. $8:12 now left in the first quarter. Clock stopped with the incomplete pass.
You know, it looks to me that was a great call, and it looked like it had some opportunities. It seems to me that the receivers on that pattern are running their routes just a little bit close. When you run a double arrow like that, you really want to have your receivers 5 to 7 yards apart. And that time they were a little close, and it brought the defenders in tight to the play.
So 3rd and 10 for the Monarchs here. They don't want to get the drive stalled here, and now we're going to have a flag as many of the Monarchs were moving before the snap. I'm sure that one's going to go against the Monarchs. That'll give me an opportunity to get another sponsor here. Fort Hays Trucking, you like this one, Jeff.
Hi, Dad.
Just across the county or clear across the country when it comes to hauling grain and feed commodities, Fort Hays Trucking Incorporated gets the job done. 24-hour service, 7 days a week, 15 haulers hitting the road, going pert near everywhere with local and long-distance hauling. Fort Hays Trucking Incorporated, just off Canterbury at 1707 East 10th Street in Hayes. Fort Hays Trucking. Want to thank them for being one of the Cable 14 Game of the Week sponsors.
Do you need a load of rock? We can arrange it.
That's right. Call Fort Hays Trucking. Okay, 3rd and 15 now, for the Monarchs. So let's see if they put it in the air here, and they do not.
I believe that was Adam Brenner again on that carry, Larry.
Brenner on the carry. I didn't catch the Chad Kramer. We used to have a Chad Kramer here. Still do, as a matter of fact.
Played for 4 days basketball, didn't he?
Yes, he did. Played for TMP, I believe, also basketball.
Yes, he did. Member of the 34-0 season.
Number 51 for the Scott City Beavers, 185-pound senior.
Chad was?
No, that's Chad Kramer that's out here playing for Scott City.
Oh, so he didn't play for TMP basketball.
You confuse me. Okay, Monarchs going for it here on 4th, and we'll call it 13 from the 33-yard line, and now they want to call a timeout, and maybe having some second thoughts here is Flax as he trots out onto the field to talk to his offense. This game brought to you in part by, what did you want to say, Jeff?
Well, what I think.
I'm sorry, it was Howard.
What I think happened was when the defense lined up, coach saw something he didn't like for the particular play he had called, and that's probably a real smart timeout. Now I'll let you get back to that.
Okay, this game brought to you in part by Purdy's. You know, we got to take care of these people, Howard.
You bet.
A great place to pick up sports rubs, splints, and those end braces, Stromgren supports, wraps, bandages, and ice packs for those athletic aches and pains. Purdy's Pharmacy, 2505B, Canterbury Road in Hayes. I want to thank Mike Purdy and the gang at Purdy's for being one of the Cable 14 Game of the Week sponsors.
How about a Cable 14 salute to Mike Purdy?
Salute.
Thanks, Mike.
With the weather the way it is, I'll go ahead and get to that here in a few minutes. Talk about our halftime show we're going to have here tonight.
They're going to be dancing with snow shovels.
Okay, 4th and 13 for the Monarchs. Bloom wants to throw the football. He's almost taken down, breaks the tackle. Now he gets it to Brenner. Brenner breaks a couple of tackles. He's not going to get the first down. They're going to get it down to about the 22-yard line. Or, excuse me, the 17-yard line.
Well, that time Matt Bloom did a nice job of avoiding the rush, stepped back up in the pocket, dumped it off. I believe that was to Brenner, and he made a nice run, but just came up a yard or two short.
So the Monarchs drive it from their own 28 to the 17-yard line of the Beavers, and now the Beavers will take over on downs there. So let's see what the Beavers will try to do. From what I'm told, they'll try to run the football up the gut, and that's exactly what they do.
My kind of football.
I'll tell you what, Larry, I was down on the field before watching the teams warm up, and Scott City has a nice-looking quarterback. He's a big kid, got a very strong arm, very athletic-looking, and don't be surprised if they do put the ball in the air some tonight, even though the weather is a little bit inclement.
Number 3, Brett Herbers, 180-pound senior quarterbacks the Beavers. Once again, 3-4 on the year. They lost last week. Now it looks like they've picked up a first down here. Is number 45, Chad Dennison, on the carry. Tom Flax and looks like Staub and Brenner in on the stop for the Monarchs.
That's a big boy, that number 45 ball carrier.
Well, Dennison did a good job that time, kept his feet moving, and he's a hard runner, picked up good yardage.
So first down for Scott City here from the 27-yard line of the Beavers. Beavers run it outside. Number 21, the ball carrier there, Brian Wiley. They've got to have a Wiley also. Brad Beaker on the stop for the Monarchs.
You know, sometimes, Larry, it's easy for a team to overlook another team. You know, Scott City come in here and Monarchs are on a high and Scott City down a little bit. Let's hope those Monarchs keep up the fire and understand they're in a game tonight.
2nd and 4 for the Beavers here. See if the Monarchs can hold them here. Number 45, once again, Dennison gets the call, and he's got the first down.
Boy, and right now, Scott City is doing exactly what you said they were going to do, Larry. They're just pounding the ball up the middle and trying to soften up the inside of the TMP defense, and right now they're doing a good job of it.
T.J. Gutchalk, one of the Monarchs on the stop there. What I'm told, Scott City's been hurt by injuries this year. But they certainly have been able to run the ball in between the tackles so far. And another big gain, about 7 yards. That looked like a Brad Beaker tackle. We'll find out. Brenner, one of the Monarchs, in on the stop. I don't know, Brad might not even be in there. It just kind of looked like his style of tackle. Couldn't see a number.
Well, that time Scott City came out with a counter play, a little reverse action, and a hole opened up big and took some TMP secondary people to stop the play.
2nd and short, about 3 we'll call it once again here. Beavers threatening to enter Monarch territory here for the first time tonight on their first possession, and they do just across the 50-yard line. Dennison, the carrier. And now they're into Monarch territory. 4:28 left to go in the first quarter. No score here at Lewis Field Stadium.
Very traditionally, Scott City is a very strong football team. They have a great weight program out there. The coaching staff believes in a strong weight program, and historically they've been a very strong football team.
Okay, another 1st and 10 for the Beavers as they're now in Monarch territory here on their first drive of the game. And one of the Monarchs, 53 there, Daniel Munch, almost got him in the backfield, but could not quite. That was number 21, the ball carrier. That's Ryan Wiley. 3:49 now left in the first quarter. So for the first time in a while, the Beavers are going to have 2nd and long. He's 2nd and 8 from the 40, we'll call it the 47, between the 47 and 46-yard line. And the quarterback keeper. And number 60, it looks like Ryan Worth and Adam Brenner in on the stop for the Monarchs as quarterback Brett Herbers picks up what looks to be another 1st down for the Beavers. They may measure this one. No, they call it a 1st down, so.
And that time, TMP did a good job of coming up. They had a couple of defenders in the area right at the line of scrimmage, but I'll tell you what, you just cannot arm tackle against a team as strong as Scott City.
Okay, first possession yet for the Beavers here in the ball game. Monarchs come up short, about 17 yards short on their first possession. 1st and 10 from the 40-yard line. Now they're starting to break outside again. Staub and, let's see, 51, Jason Decken and Tom Flax in on the stop for the Monarchs. Number 21, the ball carrier, Ryan Wiley, for the Beavers. They're moving the football, Howard.
Larry, they've just come out with a kind of an in-your-face attitude, and they're playing power football and taking it right to TMP right now. And right now the Monarchs have to toughen up and stop the Scott City team cold if they can.
Well, if I understand the playoff situation correctly, they got hammered by Colby last week, did the Beavers. So they need, for them to have a chance at the playoffs, they need to win by more than 13 here against the Monarchs, and then they need the Monarchs to knock off Colby probably big next week.
Mm-hmm. The point system makes it interesting in high school playoffs in Kansas.
So the Monarchs could, I guess, theoretically lose tonight's ball game and still have a shot at the playoffs, depending on how they do against Colby and depending on how Colby does tonight. So 3rd and short there, and another 1st down. Boy, number 45 there barreling through there, Chad Dennison.
Well, Larry, right now the Monarchs are not doing a very good job of tackling. They're coming up and laying an initial hit, but they're not driving the feet, they're not clubbing up, and they're not driving through the ball. A lot of arm tackling going on out there, and as I said before, you're just not going to stop a team as strong as Scott City with that kind of tackling.
1st and 10 from the 22, 1:32 left in the first quarter. No score here from Lewis Field Stadium, and the ball carrier is Wiley. And Tom Flax in on the stop for the Monarchs. And it's a pickup of about 5, so we're going to call it 2nd and 5. This drive started at Scott City's 17-yard line, so now let's see if this is about how far the Monarchs drove their initial drive, and then it sputtered. Now, I might also mention at this time, too, I saw Brandon Schmidt, I believe it was number 1, 145-pound junior for Scott City prior to the game, kicking field goals from the 30-yard line, which would make them 40-yard field goals, so they're certainly within his range.
He's got a very strong leg. I was down on the field before watching him, and a 30-yard field goal is certainly not a problem for him.
Okay, so we've got a timeout here, I believe called by Scott City with 47.9 seconds left to go in the first quarter. Still no score. This game brought to you in part by Coaches. For great appetizer steaks, burgers, and sandwiches, it's Coaches, featuring the 1/2 pound burger, the Coach. Great lunch deals and their all-you-can-eat salad bar. Children have the minor leaguer menu to choose from. Chicken strips, steak fingers, corn dog nuggets, or grilled cheese, all served with fries. Open 7 days a week for lunch and dinner. The Family Sports Bar, Coach's Bar and Grill, where everyone gets to play. at the corner of 13th and Canterbury, 2000 East 13th. And Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas. Since 1943, people of Northwest Kansas have relied on the assurance of Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas for health and life insurance. Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas, through the Hayes office, offers groups of 10 or more, low group rates, and a variety of products to customize your coverage. They offer help to make sure you're in compliance with the new Kennedy-Casaubon laws and regulations that affect your health plan. And I'll finish that one right after this 2nd and 5 play from the 17 for the Beavers here. Up the middle once again, number 45 had the ball carrier, Dennison, and he didn't get much, if anything, Howard.
Well, that time, Jason Deckett, number 51, just flew through and stayed low, drove through the ball carrier's legs, and they didn't get much yardage.
Give him a couple yards here. First quarter winding down now. I'm going to finish this spot here. And they serve as Blue Cross and Blue Shield is who we're talking about. They serve as third-party administrators for self-funded programs. Call the leading insurer in the state, Blue Cross and Blue Shield of Kansas. Your representative is Charlie Cruel at 718 Main and Hayes. 3rd and short here. Big play for the Monarch defense. And the flag comes in. We'll check it and see what the flag is. It appears that Scott City may have gotten the first down. Officials talking to the Monarchs. Holding on Scott City.
Larry, I need a piece of paper.
Oh, I suppose I could do that for you.
Jeez, I'm just over here with nothing.
Just because that's about like that guy next door to you over there. He's about got nothing too.
Speaking of him, I was just looking at him a little bit ago saying, God, it was cold in this room here. Poor guy's still over there sweating.
Larry, that's a big break for the Monarchs. You can move Scott City back. Now they're in 3rd and long situation rather than the 3rd and short. Really helps the Monarchs. Now they need to toughen up and stop Scott City right here.
Now the clock was moving there while they were marking off the penalty. Let's see if they call it the quarter here anyway. And it appears they will. That's the end of the first quarter from Lewis Field Stadium on the Cable 14 Game of the Week. Your first quarter scores, the TMP Marian Monarchs nothing and the Scott City Beavers nothing. This game is brought to you in part by M&D Excavating. If you need it dug up, dug out, or just plain moved around, call M&D Excavating. Bobcats, loaders, dump trucks, ditchers, graders, and boring. For complete excavating service, call Darrell or Vaughn at M&D Excavating. Fisher Furniture features name brand furniture, bedding, carpet, ceramic tile, and formica, and of course a great selection of the famous Lane recliners. Fisher Furniture opens 7 days a week at 2414 Vine. Fisher Furniture, where you always get less talk
and more savings.
Thank you, Jeff. And Insurance Planning, where you insure with confidence for business, personal, life, and health, fast, fair claim service, and a loss prevention and safety engineering program. Insurance Planning Incorporated, your independent insurance agent. You always know you're getting the right coverage at the right price. Insurance Planning Incorporated, 306 Broadway in Hayes. Cool?
Cool. You know, Larry, we in that first quarter, there were actually only 2 possessions. TMP came out with the possession. Their drive bogged down, and then Scott City took over the ball, and they had it the rest of the quarter.
And Scott City now with the penalty. The ball setting on the Monarch 21-yard line, and it's 3rd and long here. Let's see if the Beavers will put it in the air here. And now we've got the Monarchs rushing, and they do bring him down. And now we'll see if they have a field goal kicker. They lost a little on that, and not only that, but I believe with the quarter change now, they're against the wind.
Well, that was a great rush by the Monarchs, and they were able to corral the quarterback. First he slipped away, but the pursuit caught up with him, and they threw him down. Great defensive play.
Herbers did want to throw the ball, so now they are going to try and bring out Brandon Schmidt. Will try the field goal. They're going to spot it at the 31, so that'll make it a 41-yard field goal attempt here.
Big kick.
Like I said earlier, he was kicking them through from the 30, but on the opposite side of the field, I think he has the wind against him now. He does. Ball is down, and it's going to be short. So there's your difference with 11:07 left to go in the second quarter here. Brandon Schmidt has just missed a 41-yard field goal attempt.
That was like kicking a brick there. Did you see that? Didn't have much rotation on it. Just kind of like a dead duck through the air.
Well, we've seen 2 ground games. kind of grounded out 50, 60 yards. Then the drive stopped, and it's happened for both teams. So now let's see if the Monarchs can pick it up here and take it on in.
Okay, as you mentioned, Howard, each team has had the ball one time. This is the Monarchs' second possession, and we're in the second quarter. Just underway, 11:07 left, still no score. Bloom hands off to Wiley. Number 53, it looks like there on the stop for the Beavers. No, I don't have a 53. Number 59, Jared Steffens, on the stop for the Beavers. So Wiley with a nice pickup of about 4.
Larry, could you run home and get me a new pair of shoes? I just melted my shoes over here. I'm honest to God here.
We're comfortable, aren't we, Howard?
Can't you smell that? It smells like something burning. That's my shoes.
Okay, 2nd and 6 for the Monarchs.
I'm just always complaining.
Yes, you are. See if the Monarchs can drive it once again here. Now Bloom on a possibly busted play there, Howard.
I'm not sure what that was, Larry. At first I thought maybe it was a little delay sweep of some type, but I think you're right. I think it was a busted play. No one was there, and Matt tried to get something out of it and just lost a yard or two.
I believe he lost a couple. We're going to call it 3rd and 8 now from the 22-yard line. No score yet. 9:52 now. Clock moving in the second quarter here. This district game for the right to go to the state playoffs. Next week, Scott City will be in Goodland? I'm not sure. Anyway, the Monarchs will be in Colby. Now we've got a timeout called. So once again, with 9:41 now left to go in the second quarter, still no score from Lewis Field Stadium. This game brought to you in part by Commercial Builders Incorporated. They've earned a reputation for keeping construction costs under control by building on target, on time, and on budget. Commercial Builders Incorporated are general contractors that build with the community in mind. From Butler Metal Buildings to custom homes and the largest commercial structures, you can build on their experience. Commercial Builders Incorporated, 2717 Canal Boulevard, Hayes, listed in the Feist area wide yellow pages. And Walmart, always low prices.
Always.
Always at Walmart. Walmart, always. Always at Walmart.
Larry, earlier I was telling you that I thought TMP might come out with some trickery tonight, and you might watch right here. I was talking with one of the coaches earlier, and I think they've got a reverse pass in for tonight's ball game, and you may see it right here.
Well, let's check it out. This might be a time for it. It's 3rd and 8 for the Monarchs. Bloom is back to pass. He's going to throw it himself. He throws long. He's got a man open, but he overthrows him. Beaker was open around the 45. The defender there was number 23, Luke Carter. And it was even thrown a little bit too strong for him, but really Bloom threw the ball where, I don't know whether he just didn't overthrew it or it's probably a good thing he did. That ball thrown a little shorter, and it's an interception.
Well, I think if the receiver that time would have kept running the fly route, they might have been 6 points. So.
At any rate, the Monarchs are going to have to punt it here, and Brad Beaker will do the chores here, try to check and see how he's doing on punting. Beaker is averaging 35.1 yards per kick. Low snap. Beaker picks it up. Nice punt by Beaker, end over end. And it's caught at the 46-yard line of the Beavers, and that's where they'll go back to work.
Larry?
Yes.
It's not my shoes that are on fire.
It's not.
It's my tripod legs.
Oh. Uh-oh, we might be in trouble. If the camera starts to slip, you know why now, folks.
Oh, my. I thought I smelled burnt rubber. What the deal is, there's a heater vent down here where I'm shooting from, and the only way you can get the camera up to the window is you set those legs on that heater vent. Well, I forgot that the legs are rubber.
All right, with 9:27 left to go here in the first half, Beavers will get their second possession. Rather good field position at their own 46. The handoff is to their Wiley. He's up across the 50-yard line into Monarch territory.
You didn't even care about my tripod legs.
Well, I'm kind of busy doing a ball game right now. Scott Thomason on the stop for the Monarchs.
Without those tripod legs, you ain't going to have a game to do.
This is true. Do we have something we can put on top of them? On the heater, I mean.
We're going to have to look.
2nd and 5
There should be a flag
from
there.
the 48. And I don't see one, Jeff. I'm sorry.
A couple of guys got an early jump on that.
Boy, Scott City is doing a good job of picking up big yardage on first down and then coming back in the middle and second down. Ends up giving them third and very short. You know, that is a good way to move those chains, and Scott City's doing a great job of it right now, Larry.
Game moving quickly here tonight. 8:26 left in the first half here.
That first quarter was only 27 minutes long. It flew by.
Third and short. Wiley gets the call, and he's up for the first down near the 40-yard line of the Beavers. Or excuse me, the Monarchs. Looks like they're going to give him the 40-yard line for forward progress there. So once again, the Beavers on the move. First and 10. That ball underthrown, but he comes back and makes the catch. No, and now the other official comes in and says no catch. Ball evidently hit the ground.
There's several TMP players that called that right from the go, and they said it was no catch.
Well, you have to hand it to the officials to come in there and make a call like that.
It's the right thing to do.
So it'll be second and 10 from the Monarch 40-yard line. So Beavers' second possession of the night, second time they're in Monarch territory. Handoff is up the middle to Dennison.
Well, he is a strong runner.
Yes, he is. 53 on the stop for the Monarchs, Daniel Munch.
I'll tell you what, Larry, the Monarch linebackers are going to have to do just a little bit better job of quickening up to the on the snap. The Scott City is blowing off the ball, and if those backers don't get up and come up hard, you know, it's 3 or 4 yards every play.
Okay, big play for the Monarch defense again. 3rd and 5 from the 35. You have to think Scott City's in 4-down territory, and there's a big Monarch play. Number 64, Mitch Rupp, is in and makes the initial hit.
Boy, a great play for Mitch Rupp that time, Larry. You know, it seems like big players step up and make big plays, and that time he came in and did just what the Monarchs needed.
Mitch, 180-pound senior, possibly playing his last game here for the Monarchs at Lewis Field Stadium. There is a chance the Monarchs, if they go to the playoffs, matter of fact, not if they go to the playoffs, they would play one more game here at Lewis Field Stadium, and we would hope to bring that one to you as an additional Cable 14 game of the week. We'll let you know on that if that opportunity arises. Back to pass is Schmidt. He's open. Nice defensive play there by the Monarchs. That's Staub, Jared Staub on defense there, and he jumps up at the last minute, Howard, and knocks that ball away. What's a touchdown otherwise?
Boy, Jarrett Staub made a great recovery there. The receiver had gotten behind him, and it looked like it could be 6 points. Jarrett just hustled back, leaped up in the air, got his hands on the ball, and knocked the ball away. Good job there by Jarrett. Good recovery.
Okay, so the Monarchs will take over, and they'll have excellent field position, their best of the night, I believe. And they'll start on their own 37, we'll call it the 38-yard line. So let's see what the Monarchs can do with the good field position and see if they can move the football here. Bloom hands off to Brenner, and Brenner's hit at the line of scrimmage, but picks up a couple anyway.
You know, Larry, the way it looks, the passing game is not really being affected that much by the weather. We've had 2 or 3 throws, and they look like strong throws, good spirals. It seems to me that we may see the ball in the air some more tonight.
It almost appears, it's hard for me to tell whether it's even misting anymore right now. Is it, Jeff?
Yeah, it still is. You know, kind of give you a shot here. You can kind of see that.
Still getting a little bit, maybe not near what it was earlier. Of course, the bad weather's supposed to move in today with the snow. 1 to 2 inches possible, I'm told, on Saturday.
Goody.
So put on your booties. It's cold out there.
It's
Bloom
cold
back to pass, and
Let's see
he
a
does
flag.
not make the catch. Beaker was the intended receiver. I was almost looking for an interference call there. Number 23, Luke Carter, was on the defense there, but Beaker tried to come back and get the football and just couldn't quite hang on to it as it hit the ground.
Brad Beaker did a great job of coming back for the ball. He did everything he could. It just couldn't quite hold on to it. I like to see this. I like to see the Monarchs open it up as they are, and they throw the ball a couple of times. It'll start opening up the middle for them. Good sound coaching.
5:45 left to go in the first half here. Still no score. Monarchs from their own 40-yard line. We'll call it the 41. There's once again a pass, and I think number 2, Chris Dries, saw number, who's that, 84 for the Beavers, saw him coming. That's Chris Everton, and just kind of lost his concentration, Howard.
One of the hardest things for a receiver to do is come across the middle like that and know you're going to get popped, and I think Dries did just exactly what you said. He heard those footsteps, saw that big old defender coming, and maybe took his eye off the ball.
So once again, Beaker will be back to punt. He'll stand at his own 25-yard line. He got a nice punt the last time. Once again, low snap, and Beaker's going to have to run it.
Nice.
Let's see if he can make the first down here. No, he runs into a couple of Beavers at the 43, and they take him out of bounds, and now the Beavers are going to have excellent field position.
Yeah, it's the same time that happened, or same thing happened last play when he tried to punt it, skidded off the ground there, and this one just got back a little too late.
You know, Brad did a great job there getting around the corner, but, you know, he may have been wise once he got out of the pressure to just kind of try to pooch punt that thing down the field.
Beaker, a 5'8", 145-pound junior, has done the punting chores all year for the Monarchs. And now we've got a whistle as we've got an extra football on the field as they make the exchange. Trying to keep the ball dry, I believe. The officials and ball boys have their towels.
Is that helicopter coming back?
I don't know. I hope not.
God, I thought we were in Apocalypse Now.
So, 1st and 10 for the Beavers, 5:33 left in the first half from the 43-yard line. And Monarchs stuffed that one.
Good play by the inside of the Monarch line.
I tell you what, Ryan Worth is excited, isn't he? Are you excited, Jeff?
I'm excited, Larry. Are you excited, Howard?
I'm very excited.
We're all excited.
Ryan Worth was really doing something, just so he don't take his helmet off.
We have to kind of give a little background about that excited word, Larry.
Oh, we'll
wait
do that
till
here in a
after
little
this
bit. 2nd and we'll call it 8 or 9. Pitch out. And now a flag comes in. Let's see if that's going to be a hold. Brenner, or Wiley, excuse me. I knew we both had a Wiley. He makes it to the 21, but I think this one's coming back, folks. Beavers think they know it too. 3 flags out there. Or no, 2 flags. It appears that Jarrett Staub just lost a piece of equipment there. He goes back to pick it up. Oh, no, that's not Jarrett. That's Josh Worth. Sorry, Josh.
We had a hold, Larry, that time, and kind of in the backfield, it looked like somebody just kind of pounced on somebody and held him.
Okay, 2 big penalties now have really killed the Beavers tonight so far. They had the one where they picked up the first down, and they had, I believe it was a holding call, and set it back 10 yards, and they missed the field goal. And now they had a first down, and we're down to the 21-yard line of the Monarchs, and now it's going to be back in Scott City territory as they're going to operate. Let's see, it's going to be 2nd and we'll call it 20 from the 48-yard line of the Beavers. There's another flag out. Pass is incomplete. Let's see if this one sets. It's in the Beaver backfield. Now you can explain what. Are you excited, Jeff?
Not anymore.
You're not anymore?
Excited is kind of funny in the news side of Channel 14 up there. It seems as though the word excited is used more often than anything. And it's just one of those words that, and I know I'm going to regret saying this, one of my pet peeves, excited. I'm excited, he's excited, they're excited, and we're just all excited. I know Howard's excited. He told us.
I'm excited now because it's 2nd and Frontier Park for the Beavers here. 25.
Draw.
Now a draw play, and Wiley gets the call, and I believe that was T.J. Gutchalk made the final stop. Flax in on this tackle for the Monarchs, and so they bring it back to picked up the 5 yards they lost in the penalty, so it's going to be 3rd and 20 now from there.
I like that.
What?
Second and frontier.
Okay, 3rd and 20 here. Another big play for the TMP Monarch defense, and what a stand this would have been after giving up the ball deep in their own territory, but now they complete the pass. That's going to be short of the first down at the 38. Pass is completed to number 44, Adam Wiley, but you know they're going to be in 4-down territory here.
It was a big hit.
They got 2 Wileys, Adam Wiley and Brian Wiley, and we got Jason Wiley. We just got too many Wileys running around down there.
Well, Jason Wiley put on quite a hit right there, coming from his free safety spot.
I could have used that it's from Wiley. He throws to Wiley, and Wiley makes the stop.
That was a triple Wiley.
Wiley Coyote.
3:42 left to go. We've got a timeout on the field. And Jeff, you're supposed to tell me. Why don't you tell us who this game's brought to us by?
Hey, Larry.
What?
Who's this game brought to us by?
Harfman Accounting.
No way.
See Carol Harfman at Harfman Accounting for individual and business accounts, accounting and income tax preparation, tax consulting, monthly record-keeping services, payroll tax services. Harfman Accounting, 2604 General Hayes Road, number A.
Number A.
Hayes, Kansas, and Hayes Cable TV, Eagle Communications, locally providing cutting-edge technology and quality entertainment for just pennies a day. Who else takes the steps locally to bring you cable in the classroom, telemedicine links, educational computer networks, local television, news, weather, and programming you won't find anywhere else like this game you're watching right now. It's all available at the touch of a button, and many of these community services are provided to you free only from your local cable company, Hayes Cable TV Company, Eagle Communications, 2300 Hall in Hayes.
You know, depending upon what time you're watching this, and I'll get back to this thought here in a little bit.
Big play right here for the Monarchs. 4th down and 5. Let's see if they can hold.
Brett Herberts wants to throw the ball, and he makes a completion for the Scott City first down at about the 28, 29-yard line.
Well, and credit the Scott City quarterback that time was great patience as he rolled to his left, let the play set up, and the secondary missed a receiver coming out, and Herbert just laid it in for 1st and 10.
Tossed it to Luke Carter there for the first down. And it's going to be 1st and 10 here after being, well, as I said earlier, second or first in Frontier Park or whatever it was. But anyway, the Beavers have come through, and now they're at about their own 27-yard line with another first down. Wiley on the carry here trying to get outside. Beaker says, I'm going to have none of that, and he runs him out at the 21 or 2-yard line. 3:28 now left in the first half, so clock not really a factor.
Boy, Scott City's right guard over there, number 67, I think that's Matt Steele. You know, we don't talk about linemen very often, but Matt Steele just put a seal block on the TMP defender on the end, and that's what really set that play up. It was a nice job of blocking.
So 2nd and 5, a short 5 for the Beavers here. And once again, no, this time quarterback keeper, and look, Flax runs him down at the 25-yard line. That's going to be a loss. Tom Flax with the big play for the Monarchs.
Big play by Tom Flax, and that's exactly what you need right down here where we start getting close to the red zone.
Did you see him? He ain't going nowhere.
Quarterback Herbers faked the handoff to Wiley that looked kind of like the same play they had just run, and keeps it himself, and Tom Flax was not fooled.
Oh, and Tom's a junior. He'll be back next year, and I'm sure Gene Flax is going to be happy to have him back.
165-pound junior. So 3rd and long here. We'll call it about 8. Back to pass. And once again, they complete it. And, you know, I've got to say something here. To the 15-yard line. It's going to be short of the first down. But, you know, I was watching them again in warm-ups before the game, and they were sitting there practicing those exact patterns that they've been throwing.
Well, what's happening, Larry, is they're doing a good job throwing it, but in all honesty, TMP is given too much cushion. They keep giving that much cushion, and Scott City will throw that play all night long.
Okay, I called that wrong. It is a first down. From the, we'll call it the 21. It's probably closer to the 20-yard line. Or no, 16-yard line, excuse me. 1st and 10 Beavers. Now there's a fumble. Quarterback never got a handle on it, but the Beavers get it back.
Lucky break for the Beaver. Leave it to the Beavers. Ward?
2:05 and the clock is running left here in the first half. Still no score.
Ward, June, Wally, and Theodore.
Both teams moving the ball. Scott City maybe a little more so than the Monarchs, but can't get it in the end zone. Wiley and Staub runs him down at about the 19-yard line, runs him out of bounds. So that's going to be about 8 yards short of a first down, maybe even 9.
That was a nice job by Jarrett Staub out there. A real hustling move. It looked like that play was going to develop into something, and Jarrett just came up and said, no way, I'm going to put a stop to this.
Jarrett, a 158-pound senior, playing possibly his first game in a Monarch uniform here at Lewis Field Stadium. But again, we hope we're going to see him here just one more time. So it's 3rd and 8, another big play for the Monarch defense. Let's see if the Beavers they're going to go to the air again. Now he's going to tuck it and run. Oh, nice hit there by number 51. That's Jason Decken. And I don't believe he made the first down, Howard.
No, he's short, Larry. He should be short a yard or two the way it looks, unless we get a very unusual spot.
Well, I didn't mean to make fun of him, how tall he was, but I don't think he made the first down. So that's going to bring up a 4th down play. Now, do they go for the field goal or do they go for the first down? Their kicker obviously has the range here.
They'll go for the first down here. They've been making 4 to 5 yards consistently up that middle, and I don't think George will hesitate. He's going to send him up to the line of scrimmage.
Okay, the crowd's going to get in it here. Let's see if the Monarch defense can hold. 4th and 3 from the 8-yard line.
Big play.
And they're trying to pull the Monarchs offside, and now a penalty flag comes out. It's going to be delay of game against the Beavers. That's going to bring out the field goal kicker, you would think.
I don't think they ever had an intention to go for it, did they? They were just trying to draw them off sides?
Evidently not. Maybe they want it, and they figure if you're 5 yards back with the angle that he has, it gives him a little more room to get the ball over. So I would look for him to go for the field goal here. Monarchs being very disciplined there, Howard.
They really were, and you've got to credit the coaching staff for that. They've instilled the confidence the Monarchs need. Good job.
Now they're still going to go for it. They're not going to kick the field goal.
I know George Kane. I thought sure that he'd go for it.
43.3 seconds left in the first half. Back to pass is Herbers. He's got a man in the end zone, but it's going to be thrown out, and the Monarchs are going to take over. That might prove to be a big mistake in this ball game, Howard.
Those 3 points could be a killer.
So the Monarch defense holds and will take over at the 11-yard line. No, we'll call it the 14.
You know, no coach likes to see a drive go like that. I mean, what were they, 2nd and what you said, Frontier on that drive? And they managed to get it down the field and got, stopped short again. That red zone this year has just been plaguing both teams.
It really has. And it's been that way with Hayes High, too. You know, they just every team we've seen here has had a tough time once they get in the red zone.
Now, you would think the Monarchs here would just run out the clock, being deep in their own territory, and go in 0-0 at halftime, and that's exactly what Bloom does, is takes a knee. Let's see if the Beavers call a timeout here. Clock is running, so I believe we're going to go to halftime here scoreless.
And that's a smart call by Coach Flax. You know, you've been in this game all the way. It's a close game. Don't make any silly mistakes down here. Just kneel it down and go in at halftime even, and then come out hard.
Okay, so that's the end of the first half here at Lewis Field Stadium. Cable 14 game of the week. It's the TMP Marian Monarchs and the Scott City Beavers in the second game of district play here. As you see the clock run down here at halftime, and as you can also see, we're here at halftime, and it's the TMP Marian Monarchs nothing and the Scott City Beavers nothing. We'll be right back with our halftime show.
Cable 14 local high school football.
And welcome back, Howard.
Well, it's good to be back. I slipped out there in the rain and talked to a few TMP fans. They're sure enjoying the game. A little wet out there, but they're hoping the Monarchs can come back here tough in the second half and win a ball game.
Okay, and I just want to remind my sidekick, Jeff Durall, that my recording finger is working.
Oh, you're getting good at that.
Yes, I am. TJ Gutchalk will kick it off for the Monarchs here to start the second half of play. No score. Nice kickoff by TJ. Drives the ball carrier back to about the 1 yard line. He's going to try that right side. Looking for open field. Nice open field tackle there. We'll try to catch a number here for you. Was that Staub? I believe that was Jarrett Staub. Yes, it was.
Boy, I thought for a minute that time that an alley had opened up as nice blocking out there by Scott City, and looked for a little bit like it was going to be a big play, and thank goodness TMP put a stop to it.
Adam Wiley on the return for the Beavers, and they have it 1st and 10 from the 20-yard line. Handoff up the middle. Uh-oh, Wiley breaks this one. Nice tackle there by the Monarchs at the 25-yard line. Is that Flax? Or Wiley? That's Jason Wiley on the stop for the Monarchs. Saves a very probable touchdown in a scoreless game here at Lewis Field Stadium. Big game for the Monarchs here. If they can win this one, it would set up a showdown next week, depending on how Colby is doing out in Goodland tonight. Of course, by the time you see this game, you will probably know that. Just underway here, second half of play, no score. 1st and 10 Beavers. The Monarch defense was ready for that one, although they do pick up about 3 yards on the play. It does number 45, Chad Dennison.
Larry, talking to some of the fans out before, I did hear an unofficial score for the Hayes High game. Unofficially, anyway, it sounds like Hayes High was up 7-0.
I hate to contradict you, but I thought I had heard over the loudspeaker here, Ken Billinger, 7-7. And he's signaling me now that it was. So halftime score from Great Bend is tied at 7. Of course, by the time you see this, you'll know whether Hayes High won or lost. Big game for the Indians, too. They need, with the loss last week to Salina South, they need to win by more than 13 points at Great Bend tonight, and then hope McPherson knocks off South, I believe. And then they would have to knock off McPherson next week to have any chance at the playoffs. 2nd and about 6 here, and Monarch defense swarming in there again.
That's just what I was going to say.
Swarming?
Swarming.
Well, it's great pursuit by TMP that time, and that's what they need to do here early. Hopefully they can take the Beavers out, 3 and out, and take over and get their offense moving.
Josh Worth, one of the Monarchs in on the stop, the 200-pound junior. And back to pass on 3rd and 6. And now Monarchs missed the tackle at the 43-yard line, and that allows the Beavers to pick up a 1st down at about the 49-yard line.
Boy, and Gene has got to be livid. The Monarch defenders had sniffed that play out, played it very well, and then just did not make a tackle when they should have.
Overran the ball carrier. He kind of put a move on him, took a step backwards, and the Monarchs were not planning on that, and then he picked up the 1st down. So almost still in their own territory, but threatening to enter Monarch territory here. 1st and 10 Beavers. And boy, what a stop there. Let's try to pick up the Monarch that made that hit. Looks like, is that 51? That's 51. Jason Deckant, the 215-pound junior, and boy, he said, no way.
You know, it's really interesting to watch these TMP seniors. We've seen 3 or 4 of the seniors make big plays, and Jason Deckant sure made one there.
Okay, so 2nd and we're going to call it 9, but it's a long 9. Off the nice stop by Deckant, and now pickup of about 7 yards, it appears. Jason Wiley made the initial hit, along with T.J. Gutchalk, I believe. No, that's Tom Flax.
Well, that time the Beavers again came back to that little reverse that they run and picked up big yardage again.
So 3rd and 3 here from the 44-yard line, we'll call it, close to the 43 of the Monarchs. And the handoff is to,
good stop.
Boy, nice defensive play there by half of the Monarch defense. Dennison was the ball carrier, and Daniel Munch, one of the Monarchs in. They swarmed in there, didn't they, Jeff?
They did swarm, Larry.
Well, you can see that Coach Flax and his staff made some adjustments, and you know, earlier in the game, that play was going for big yardage, and 2 or 3 times they've run it in this half, and the Monarchs have put a stop to it right now.
And the Beavers are going to go for it here. 4th, and we're going to call it 2. It's probably a long 2. Taking a chance here. There's a flag down, and you know how many times, Howard, tonight has that penalty flag come out and just killed Scott City?
It's been big in all of Scott City's drives.
There's a legal procedure against the Beavers, and that's going to set them back. They had picked up the first down, but now they're going to have to try it again. Let's see if they'll punt it now. This game brought to you in part by Kansas Mobile Glass. Kansas Mobile Glass says, give us a break. Dependable auto, truck, and farm equipment, glass installed in the shop at 2306 Vine in Hayes, or at your location anywhere in Northwest Kansas. 24-hour service. Call to schedule and be assured it'll be done on time. Kansas Mobile Glass, 2306 Vine in Hayes. So this time the Beavers will punt as it's 4th, and we'll call it 6, maybe 7 at any rate. Beaker fields it at the 10-yard line, doesn't know where to go. Now he makes up his mind he better go somewhere. A lot of Scott City Beavers in on the coverage there, and he brings it back to about the 23, so about a 7 or 8 yard return by Brad Beaker.
Are there a lot of Beavers in Scott City?
Well, there must be. There's a lot of them here tonight.
At least 11.
So with 8:03 left to go in the 3rd quarter, still no score. The Monarchs will have their first possession of the second half, and they'll start out at their own, we'll call it the 18-yard line.
I'm going to go out on a limb here and say I think they're going to put it together this drive.
Now there's a probably procedure call on the Monarchs. While we're checking that, I'm going to get another sponsor in here. Clean Right Janitorial Supplies. Get your business in tip-top shape with the help from Clean Right Janitorial Supplies. They have everything, including floor strippers, cleaners, waxes, and sealers, trash can liners, janitorial paper supplies, cleaners, potters, hand soaps, and more. And if it's not in stock, they can have it for you in 24 hours. Pick up or delivered. Clean Right Janitorial Supplies, open Monday through Friday, 8 to noon and 1 to 5, 1307 Vine in Hayes. And that did go, Howard, it did it not against the Monarchs.
That one was against the Monarchs, and now they're going to have 1st and 15.
1st and 15 for the Monarchs. Bloom back to pass, and boy, that one was close. Almost picked off there by number 43, Shannon Wren. Renner, I believe, was the intended receiver for the Monarchs. Jared Staub out in that area also.
You know, I just can't help it. You know, we were talking earlier how hot it was up here. These guys next to us. I'll pan over real quick.
Okay, let's take a look at them. The Scott City radio broadcasters, and they say it's a little warm in there.
It's rated R over there. They're adding a new twist to journalism, aren't they?
I wonder if he's getting a tan yet. Looked like he had a good base. 7:58 left to go in the 3rd quarter. Bloom hands it off to Wiley. Wiley with a nice run, and he could break it here. Around the corner. He's going to bring up across the 40 to about the 44-yard line. We'll call it the 43 where he's pushed out. Nice run.
A great run, Larry, by Jason Wiley. He took off around that left side, cut back inside, saw a little opening, and then up the sideline. Great run, Jason Wiley.
Big play for the Monarchs, and you called it, Jeff.
What, the good base or a good drive?
I think what happened is he caught a glimpse of that guy up here in the...
He's getting me away from that booth.
Jason Wiley with a very nice run, and the Monarchs now have some room to breathe here. They're out at about the 43-yard line, where they have a 1st and 10. Oh boy, that pitch was almost picked off in midair there by number 43. That's Shannon Wren.
He can see. I wanted that one.
I think if he would have simply opened up his hands, he would have grabbed it and ran. It surprised him.
That was close to a Beaver touchdown, and Monarchs get a break and end up picking up 5 on the play.
You know, one would have to think if he knew the play was coming, because he was right there.
You almost think he was part of the Monarch offense. 2nd and 5 for the Monarchs. Catch a break there. See if they can keep it moving here and get back into Scott City territory for the first time tonight, in the second half, I should say. Wiley gets the call, and
good job.
He's hit, but he does make it into Scott City territory. He crosses the 50. It's going to be about 3rd and 4, or 3, excuse me.
Little hitting going on down
Well,
there.
that time Jason Wiley had his shirt grabbed a hold of back in the backfield, and good sustained effort, drove his feet and kept going. And put the Monarchs in position where they've only got a yard or two for first down.
Brad Beaker brings the play in from Coach Tom Flax, and he'll split out wide to this side. 3rd and short for the Monarchs. 3rd and 3 from midfield.
Big play right here, Larry.
Handoff to Wiley. He is close to the first down. He's got it.
Drive.
Second effort picks up the first down for Jason Wiley.
Great run.
That's what senior leadership does for you at this time of the season. Jason Wiley kept those legs driving, and I'm just positive he picked up the 1st and 10 here.
It looked like he didn't make it at first there, but then there was just a surge, and they got the first down. Wiley, the 170-pound senior, does it. Now Chris Drees brings in the next play. Drees, another senior, 145-pounder for the Monarchs. And so the Monarchs keep it going, 1st and 10 from the 47-yard line.
You think
of the Beavers.
Think he walked over there and said, "You freshmen, kind of look at that."
You bet. That's just a sign of great desire and senior leadership. These Monarchs want to win this ball game because they want a chance at the state tournament.
6:12 to go here in the 3rd period. No score yet here tonight. Earlier in the contest, just starting the 2nd quarter, Scott City missed a 41-yard field goal attempt. Has been the only field goal attempt here. And
Adam Brenner.
now Brenner, he's got
loose.
the first down and more. He's across. He's out of bounds at the 30-yard line, driven out there by, looked like number 9, Drew Gruber.
And another TMP senior steps up his game, and Adam Brenner just pops loose to the left-hand side and picks up another big first down, Larry.
These seniors do want to play another game here at Lewis Field. Adam, a 177-pound senior. And so Monarchs on the move. Really, they haven't moved the ball this well since the 1st quarter, Howard.
This is a great drive. It shows a lot of ability.
And this time Hoffman gets the call. He's got close to another first down as he's driven out of bounds at around the 21-yard line. He's probably about a yard short.
You know, and Larry, we're going to have a second and maybe a yard here. And I know a lot of times the fans would say, oh, just go for it, run it, get the early first down. I think this is a good time to call a pass play. You got 2nd and short. You still have 2 downs to make the 1st and 10. And let's see what Gene does here.
Maybe throw one of those into the corner of the end zone that can either be caught by your receiver or goes innocently into the out of bounds.
Exactly. It's a great place to call a pass.
He does split Drees out far to the right side. Let's see if Bloom's going to throw it here. 2nd and short. He hands it off, and Monarchs, I believe, have the first down. Wiley, the ball carrier, and he does pick up the first down for the Monarchs. So just inside the 20 now is where they'll spot it.
Who called this drive? Huh?
Boy, you did. Now we have an official timeout for equipment problem. That way I can get in another sponsor. Oldham Sales, quality mechanics, service shops, and do-it-yourselfers know they can rely on Oldham Sales for dependable auto parts like standard ignition parts, 4 Seasons heating and air conditioning parts, and high-grade emission parts and accessories. Everything to get you back on the road again. Your automotive jobber since 1948. Oldham Sales, 10th and Allen in Hayes.
Hello to Delmer and Paul and all the boys down there.
You know, and I was just thinking, you know, I was reading on there, it says, get you back on the road again. You know, Willie Nelson's back on the road again. We might get to hear Jeff sing again tonight.
God, I hope so.
Well, I'm looking forward to it.
Me.
1st and 10 from the 20 for the Monarchs. They're on the move. Now Bloom wants to throw it. He is going to throws it short, and boy, are they lucky they didn't get that one picked off. I don't know if it was tapped at the line of scrimmage or not.
I think it just slipped out of his hands.
It appeared to do so. He had Beaker in the end zone.
Larry, that time, Coach called the play that you had talked about just prior to that play, and I don't know what exactly happened with Matt Bloom there, but evidently wasn't set real well and real dangerous pass.
Well, it is wet out there, folks, and the ball apparently slipped out of Matt's hands. And luckily for the Monarchs, fell to the ground. Wiley, they go back to the ground now. Wiley inside the 15-yard line. We've got a flag down, and that's either a hold probably on the Monarchs or could be a face mask against the Beavers. We'll check it here. And the Monarchs are retreating, so it's evidently against them. It is holding against the Monarchs. That hurts. This game brought to you in part by Advantage Glass Plus. Advantage Glass Plus does more than just windshields. They also sell and install air conditioners, sunroofs, cruise controls, security alarms, car stereos, and more. Advantage Glass Plus comes to your workplace, home, or any location to install your windshield or make a glass repair. They replace glass on cars, trucks, and industrial equipment. Plus, you can find truck accessories and more. Advantage Glass Plus is an authorized 3M Scotch Tint dealer, so start defending your vehicle against heat, glare, broken glass, and fabric fading today. Get the advantage with Advantage Glass Plus, located just north of I-70 on Vine in Hayes. Locally owned and operated, listed in the Feist area-wide yellow pages. And 2nd and 15 for the Monarchs. There's a halfback option pass. Wiley's got it. Now he tucks it. He's going to maybe get back to the line of scrimmage there.
Explain to me one thing, guys.
Okay.
What exactly constitutes offensive holding? I know you can call that almost every single play, but it must be something drastic in order to get the call.
Well, really, it all depends on the officials. It's really too long to kind of explain up here. But they're actually, it has to do with planes and where your hands are on the plane. You have to have both hands on a plane.
Can you grab the shoulder pads up front? Or because I know you see that a lot in the NFL. Those guys will actually grab the pads in front, like the breast in the front, and get away with that. But to me, that seems like it would be holding.
Well, you guys can argue about it later. It's 3rd and 17 from the 27. Big play for the Monarchs here. They started from their own 17, and they go to the T.J. Gutchalk, the sophomore, 180-pound sophomore, and they seem to go him when they need big yardage. And let's see what the Monarchs are obviously going to go for a first down here. It's going to be 4th and about 13. Although Gutchalk has a foot on him, he is in the ball game. Yeah, they are going to tip the field goal, but it's Hoffman. So they're going to set it up at the 30-yard line, make it a 40-yard field goal attempt. 41-yarder attempted by Scott City from 1 yard farther out in the same place on the field. Here it is, Hoffman, it's up. It's no good, just short and off to the right.
And Larry, penalties once again hurt a drive. It's hurt Scott City, and now it turns around and the penalties bite the Monarchs.
Nice attempt by Hoffman. It looked like it was just going to make it, but it was the official signaled off to the right. So this game brought to you in part by the Meckenstock Group. The future's not that far away, and you'll be able to manage in the future if you manage your investments today. Your college and retirement funding specialist since 1937, the Meckenstock Group, 1407 Main, downtown Hayes. So the Monarchs, each team has now missed a field goal. Scott City 41, TMP 40-yarder.
Once again, TMP does a good job of containing the interior of that line. They did stumble forward and pick up about 3 yards, but the inside's really toughening up this half.
So it'll be second after the gain of about 3, 2nd and 7 from the 23-yard line. And back to pass, look out.
Wide open.
And it's intercepted by Staub at the 48-yard line. He brings it back to the 37-yard line, and the Monarchs get it back.
Boy, and Larry, the quarterback for Scott City really missed a read that time. He had a man on the left-hand side wide open. There wasn't anybody within 15 yards of him. He threw to the backside, and thank goodness for TMP. We got an interception there, and but I'll tell you what, that was 6 points if the quarterback would have read it.
Another big play by a TMP Marian Monarch senior. Staub, 158-pound senior this year, and has made some big plays for the Monarchs this year. He gives the ball back to the Monarchs at the 37-yard line of Scott City. And Wiley gets the call. He gets up to about the 45 before he's pushed back, so it'll be a gain of about 2 there. This game brought to you in part by Golden Plains Credit Union. At Golden Plains Credit Union, the phrase "you belong" is not just a slogan, it's a philosophy. I lost my place. Of doing business as a credit union member, you reap the benefits of cooperative effort. You're not just a customer, you're a member owner. The advantages are passed on to you in higher paying share savings accounts and lower interest rate loan. Establishing your account at Golden Plains Credit Union is easy. Just visit a member service representative today, and I'll finish that in a minute. 2nd and 8 for the Monarchs. Pitch out to Wiley. Wiley around the corner, and he's up to about the 30-yard line, so he's going to be a couple yards short. It'll be 3rd and 2 for the Monarchs. Golden Plains Credit Union, becoming a member of Golden Plains is the best deal going, so start your account at a locally member-owned financial institution and find out why you belong. Golden Plains Credit Union, 2720 Broadway, an equal housing lender, member NCUA. What I was trying to do when I lost my place there, I was trying to write down the time that the drive started, and I think I have it about right anyway, so. Does anybody care?
Well,
Okay.
I saw you trying to do two things at one time there, Larry, and you did a pretty good job of it for a while.
Yeah, it's going to be 3rd and looks more like 3 there. I thought it was 3rd and 2. I thought he made it a little farther there, and Brenner.
He's loose.
Brenner picks up the first down. He's down to the 15-yard line, and the Monarchs are on the move with 1:11 left to go here in the 3rd quarter. Still no score, but the Monarchs are threatening.
Jeff, did you see that move Brenner made? He jumped over the middle and kept those legs driving. Great job by Adam
I was
Brenner.
going to say, these guys, you can tell they're having fun now. They're fired up. They're having a good time out there, and now I think they're going to put it in there.
Well, and I hate to keep bringing it up, but these seniors are showing great leadership tonight.
Okay, 1st and 10 Monarchs. We're winding down the 3rd quarter, 52 seconds, clock running. Bloom on a busted play again. He tucks the ball in and keeps it. He's inside the 15. He maybe picks up a yard, which isn't bad, Howard, considering it was a busted play.
It could have been disastrous, and Bloom made something out of nothing.
Okay, I'm going to get another quick sponsor in. This game brought to you by, who are we watching? Thomas More Prep Marian High. Thomas More Prep Marian High, through the dedication of our students, parents, teachers, and alumni members, our focus is on Christian values and community awareness. TMP Marian reflects an atmosphere of home to its students, whether it's in support of school spirit at games, excellence in academics, or fundraising activities sponsored by the Alumni Association, Booster Club, PTF, and a variety of student groups. 2nd and 9 Monarchs. After the carry by Bloom, looked like Brenner, I believe, got the call. It was.
Adam Brenner again on the call, and Brenner picks up a few yards. And right now, you know, the Monarchs are inside the red zone as the quarter comes to an end. They need to punch it in here, Larry.
Okay, that's the end of the 3rd quarter here from Lewis Field Stadium on the Cable 14 Game of the Week, and our score is still the TMP Marian Monarchs 0 and the Scott City Beavers 0. Okay, now I can finish my TMP Marian sponsor spot, because this is my most favorite part of it. It is a goal of our faculty and alumni to search for excellence, which stands behind our statement, give us 4 years.
And they will give you, Howard,
An education.
a
lifetime, Howard. Come on, get it right.
And an education.
Well, we hope they
right.
give you that, too. Gutierrez Mexican Restaurant. Gutierrez Mexican Restaurant is proud to support today's Game of the Week and high school athletics. This is their way to say thanks for your continued patronage at Gutierrez's. For lunch, dinner, or any occasion, Gutierrez, a Mexican restaurant, truly one of Hayes' favorites since 1984, located 2 blocks east of 27th and Vine in Hayes. And RDH Electric, contractors providing quality electrical work to schools, hospitals, businesses, educational institutions, community centers, and more, lighting up your residential, commercial, or industrial life. RDH Electric is proud to be a supporter of area youth. Call RDH Electric, 800 East 12th Street in Hayes. And Klein's Mortuary. Life itself is a wonderful and exciting game to play. When that game comes to an end, turn to the caring comfort of Klein's Mortuary. Since 1960, Klein's has helped the people in our area cope through those difficult times. Klein's Mortuary, Hayes, and Victoria. Okay, Monarchs threatening here at the start of the 4th quarter. Still no score from the 12-yard line. Big play for the Monarchs here as it's 3rd and 7. They don't pick up the first down, but now do you put some points on the board, Howard?
You better believe it.
You know, I think at this point in the game, I'd go for it.
No, they're going to send Hoffman out, and they're going to try the field goal here, which I hate to disagree with you, Howard, but I say there's no score. Each team has missed a field goal already. They're well within range of Hoffman.
Well, I agree. It's a very good call. I just was expressing My attitude is the way I like to coach. At this point in time, you do want to put 3 points on the board. I agree with you.
Only 5 or 6 yards farther from the 22, 32-yard attempt. Good job of getting the ball down. Is it good? Yes. Nice job by the holder there. And I didn't catch who it was. I apologize for that, but the snap wasn't the best, or he bobbled it or something. Did a good job of getting it down. And what did I say that was? A 32-yard field goal, I believe it was.
Well, and that's what the Monarchs really needed, as you said. They needed to put 3 points on the board and give them some confidence as they moved into this fourth quarter. Great job by the holder, great job by the kicker.
Hoffman puts it through, and the Monarchs are on top with 11-11 left to go in the football game. 3-0 over the Scott City Beavers. So let's get a sponsor in here. USD 489, Hayes Public Schools, educating a community for life. And Steel Fabrications. No job is too big or too small for the Ironmen of Western Kansas. Steel Fabrications, build it or fix it. If it can be done, they can do it. It's in steel, stainless steel, aluminum. No matter what type of metal, on location or in the shop, they can shear it, roll it, break it, or weld it. Around the house, on the farm, in the oil fields, or at your business, nobody beats the Ironmen of Western Kansas. Steel Fabrications, East Highway 40 bypass in Hayes. So the scoring has finally taken place here at Lewis Field tonight, and it's in the Monarchs' favor. Both teams have missed a field goal, but now Hoffman has hit on a 32-yarder with 11-11 left to go in the football game. TJ Gutchalk, the sophomore, will kick it off. Let's see if that fires up the Monarch defense. And now they do an onside kick as Beaker turns around and boots the ball, and it's going to be Scott City at the 42-yard line. And what do you think of that, Howard?
Basically, I disagree with it. I think when you get 3 points like you just did, why put the other team in good field position and let them march down and offset the 3 points with their kicker? But then, you know, that's a coaching decision, and if they'd have caught him off guard and pounced on the ball, it'd have been a great call.
Obviously, was trying to catch Scott City off guard. 1st and 10 from the 42-yard line. Scott City down 3-0 here to the Monarchs. Look at that defense. I said that it's going to fire them up. Looks like it has.
Larry, it sure has. Great pursuit by the Monarchs, and as you said before, they needed to get some points on the board to help fire them up. They did that, and now they are fired up.
So the Monarchs finally get on the board here. Scott City has yet to do that. And I feel we're getting close to the big showdown out in Colby next week. But we don't want to count our chickens before they hatch. 2nd and 8, back to pass is Herbers. Now he's going to keep it. He might have been past the line of scrimmage. I don't see any flags down. At any rate, it was incomplete.
Jeff, I agree with you. I don't think there was any question, but he was over the line of scrimmage, beyond the line of scrimmage.
Evidently, the officials didn't catch it if he was. Howard, have you ever been an official?
Yes, I have, and it's a thankless job.
I was going to say that's a lot of stuff to watch on that field, and it is a thankless job. Kind of like being a photographer.
Evidently took the chain out on the side there, so it should have been obvious to somebody that maybe he was. So got a little timeout here to get the chain gang set up there on the far side of the field.
Me.
And Jeff's getting ready to sing.
Well, I tell you what, guys, as an old football coach, you guys make me nervous when you start talking that way.
No.
That's confidence, Howard.
Well,
confidence.
I'm superstitious. It's kind of like the no-hitter.
And Larry, he wouldn't have liked us covering his Larks games because we were making predictions every 5 seconds.
3rd and 8, big play for the Monarch defense. Back to throw, and it's a long pass, and it's caught at the 30-yard line.
And that's just exactly what I was saying. You can never count a team out until you've got them knocked out. That time the Scott City Beavers threw the ball deep downfield. The receiver did a nice job of coming back and making the catch, and they've got 1st down on the 30-yard line.
That was just basically like, look what I found.
Well, he had to, come back and ran underneath the football. And it really was kind of a race between him and the Monarchs and who was going to get there first, and Scott City won. So 1st and 10 from the 30-yard line. Now they go back, punch it right back up the middle, and they pick up 2 or 3 on that one.
it's time to just stop them and get this ball back. Take some time off the clock.
Hey, you'd like to see the Monarchs get it back now and get a chance to run some time off the clock.
Yeah, and the Monarchs want to be careful about letting Scott City get too much further down the field because they have a kicker also that can put the ball through the uprights.
Yes, they do, and he gets much closer, and they're going to be in his range. As I said earlier, I saw him kicking them from 40 yards out.
There's a reverse.
Before the game, and didn't fool the Monarchs very much. They might pick up a yard or two on it. 33, the ball carrier, T.J. Vallejo. Brenner on the tackle for the Monarchs. So it's going to bring up a 3rd and about 4 or 5 here. We'll call it 4 for the Beavers. So another big play for the Monarch defense here. They are probably within range of Brandon Schmidt of the Beavers on a field goal. So let's see if the Monarchs can hold here and force them to go for the tie. And Wiley gets the call, and the Monarchs do come up big. Brenner on the stop for the Monarchs, along with number 55, Scott Thomason. And let's see if Scott City chooses to go for it or kick off.
You know, at that time, Tom Flax came across hard too, Larry. There were 3 Monarch defenders up there in a heartbeat.
Well, thank you for saying that because I can't see them all the time. So we need to get these kids' names in there.
You bet.
Okay, big play here. They're going to go for it. The crowd's getting behind them. 4th and 4 for the Beavers. Back to throw.
Stay with him.
And it's intercepted at the 15-yard line. Adam Brenner.
Boy, that was great defensive play by Adam Brenner. Adam Brenner was sitting back watching the quarterback, and you can bet he was watching the quarterback's eyes because he knew exactly where the quarterback was going to throw. Great job by Adam Brenner.
Rally killer.
Brenner makes the interception at the 21-yard line, and the Monarchs will now have some time to run some time off the clock. There's 8:18 left to go in the football game, and the Monarchs are up 3-0. Brenner brings himself out of the game now. Maybe wants to get a breather, but fine play by Adam Brenner. As you said, Howard, it's like he was sitting there just waiting for the quarterback to throw the football. 1st and 10 Monarchs. Imagine they'll keep it on the ground a while here. There's Wiley on the call. He might get back to the line of scrimmage.
You know, Larry, during this little break, I just wanted to tell both Jeff and you what great fun it's been this season working with you two guys, and I've just enjoyed every minute of it.
You know, Howard, funny you mentioned that. I want to ask you something. How do you feel about basketball?
Well, I used to play a lot.
Boy,
well, then.
Putting him on the spot there, aren't you, Jeff?
We've got basketball just around the corner.
Nothing like asking him right over the air. I think that means we're considering you for basketball, Howard. So, okay, 2nd and 11 for the Monarchs. Pitch out is to Wiley, and he's out of bounds at the 20, and that's one thing the Monarchs don't want to do is run the ball out of bounds.
Do we have a flag there?
No, I believe
it was a marker.
They threw a marker down to where he went out of bounds.
Okay.
So it's going to bring up 3rd and about 6 for the Monarchs from the 20-yard line.
They really need a first down here.
You know, that field goal is looming bigger and bigger as the minutes clock off here.
Well, you know, and it goes back to the Monarchs' field goal tonight was with the wind. Of course, it's hard for me to tell. It's still blowing that same direction from right to left here on your screen. And Wiley once again gets the call, and he tries to get up. He might have the first down. He's going to be close.
Gang tackled.
I think he's going to be just a little bit short there. But it's going to be close depending on the spot.
Now, if they're really close, do you go for it down this deep? This is kind of a...
I wouldn't. I'd kick the ball away.
Personally, you're only up by 3. You're already almost in field goal range. You caught a break on the Brenner interception.
Kick
you
the ball
you
away.
punt the football and just depend on your defense. They did a good job.
You know, Larry, thinking back in the ball game, now that 4th down call that Scott City made down near the 11 or 12-yard line early in the game when they opted to go on 4th down rather than kick the field goal, that's looming big right now.
That's right. Monarchs are just a little short of the first down, so let's see what Coach Gene Flax elects to do here. See if he sends Brad Beaker out to punt the football away, or if he tries to pick up the first down. He may take the attitude, if we can't pick up a yard, we don't deserve to win.
I will never make a good coach, or never make a head coach. I'm used to playing my my Sega football, where it's not going to hurt anything if you don't make the 4th and short.
And Monarchs are going to punt the football. They send in the punt team.
Howard, being an old football coach, you would really, really enjoy that if you've never played that before.
Well, my sons have it.
Oh,
they play it all the time.
It's intense. I've got a friend that's got one, and we fight like kids.
Okay, so Brad Beaker back to punt. He'll stand at his own 10-yard line, and we've had 2 bad snaps on this already tonight. Let's hope they get a good one to Beaker here. And now they pulled him off sides, and that's going to be a first down for the Monarchs.
Boy, a big mistake that time by the Beavers.
You know, I don't know if that was planned or not, Howard. I don't think it was. I don't want to take anything from Tom Flax. He may have sent out there and said, hey, just, you know.
Look at Coach George Kane over there. I mean, he is livid. He does not like that.
Big first down for the Monarchs. 7:03 left in the football game. 4th and less than a yard. Scott City jumps off sides, and the Monarchs are going to have it 1st and 10 at the 30-yard line.
That hurts. That's great for TMP, but boy, that just really got a chance to get the ball back, and they blow it.
Look for the Monarchs to keep it on the ground again. Scott City in on Jason Wiley quickly. He might have lost a yard if maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. I better get some sponsors in here. This game brought to you in part by Sportsman Supply, something always in season that's Sportsman Supply. If hunting is your bag, you'll find everything from archery equipment to full line of Browning firearms and hunting clothing. Catch the best fish with the best equipment and ride away on a bike that'll take you around the neighborhood or across the country. At Sportsman Supply, you get more than just equipment. You get service and knowledge to keep you right where you want to be, outside enjoying at Sportsman Supply, 2520 Vine in Hayes. 2nd and 11 for the Monarchs here. Loss of a yard on the carry by Wiley. Important is thing, the Monarchs still have the football. They go to sophomore TJ Gutchalk. Look at TJ run. First down, Monarchs.
We told you earlier that TJ was a big player, and that's exactly what you saw right there. TJ Gutchalk for a sophomore, great job.
Well, I got to say it again. I said it earlier in the contest. Coach Gene Flax told me earlier this week that he was going to try to stick with his senior running backs if they were getting the job done. And I asked him specifically about TJ Gutchalk, and it's just hard to keep the ball out of that boy's hands. I mean, you've got to go with that.
But, you know, tonight, Coach has done a great job of putting the ball in several carriers' hands, and they've all come through.
Brenner with the carry, and he's up to midfield for the Monarchs. So the Monarchs now with 5:34 left to go in the football game and clock running. If they can get a drive here, this one could be over.
Larry, let's mention the front for TMP. That line is firing out right now, and they're opening up some holes.
Offensive line for the Monarchs doing a good job. We'll try to catch some of those, especially the seniors. We've got, of course, Jason's not a senior. Number 51, Jason Decken, 6'3", 215-pound junior. 2nd and 7 for the Monarchs. Hand off to Gutchalk again. This time he bounces off the Scott City defender and maybe got back to the line of scrimmage. This game, oh, here's a fun one, Jeff. This game brought to you in part by Chase Insurance. Everyone likes their team to be competitive. At Chase Insurance, we think we have some insurance teams that could be competitive when it comes to saving your money on your insurance premiums. Talk to Larry Schaefer or Glenn Staub about any or all of your insurance needs. They can quote you on your home, car, health, life, and business insurance. And I'll finish that in a minute. Larry and Glenn right after this 3rd and 7 play for the Monarchs. Let's see if the Monarchs put it in the air here.
Big play, Larry.
It's a pitch out to Gutchalk, their big play man, and he's not going to get it. He gets up across the 50, and now Monarchs are going to have to punt it away.
You know, and credit the Beavers that time for putting on a good defensive stand. They really pursued to the ball and stopped the Monarchs for no gain.
Okay, so it's going to be 4th and we'll call it 6 for the Monarchs from the 49-yard line of the Beavers. And Brad Beaker back to punt, and once again, you want to make sure you get a clean snap here. You don't want to give it to him in good field position. You want to make sure there it is, the low snap again. This time Beaker gets it away, and it's going to take a Monarch bounce at the 30, and look at that, it's going to roll dead at about the 17-yard line. So nice punt. Monarchs catch a break there on the bad snap again, and I'll bet in practice this week they're working with their long snapper.
Well, there isn't any question in that. Although I'll in defense of the long snapper, it's wet and cold out there, and it's a little tough to make that long snap.
Okay, so anyway, Chase Insurance, stop by 14th and Main and sign up with a winning team, Chase Insurance of Hayes. And I'm going to have to finish it again here in a minute. 1st and 10, 3:35 left to go in the football game. The Beavers need to get something going here. And nice defensive play. Is that 53?
Yep.
Number 53 for the Monarchs. That's Daniel Munch, a 190-pound sophomore. And he
Uprooted him.
Yes, he did. Anyway, now I can finish this. Larry and Glenn would like to take this opportunity, to thank the local edition, Larry Calvery, that's me, Jeff Durall, that's you, and Howard Peters for their efforts on the game of the week. Cool. Thank you, Larry and Glenn. You guys are swell guys. Okay, 2nd and 10. Whoa, a couple of nice hits there by the Monarchs. Once again, the initial hit was made by 55, Scott Thomason.
Larry, the Monarchs are they're playing absolutely inspired defense right now. They know that this is crunch time, and they want these playoffs to continue. They want a chance to go to the state, and they're playing like they do.
All right, we've got a penalty against the Beavers here, and I'm going to have to look that one up, Howard. I don't know what that is, do you?
Larry, I'm sorry, I didn't see the call.
He went like this, which you can't see. There it is. Substitution infraction. I think that's what he did. I'm not sure of that. I think that's what the call was, though. Substitution infraction. I don't know whether that means too many men on the field or... But at any rate, it goes against Scott City, and it sets him back
a long way
to the 12-yard line. And that's the most important thing, so it's going to be 2nd and 15 there.
The Beavers are just really hurting themselves.
Look for the ball to be in the air right here.
Wouldn't you like to see a turnover here? The Beavers started at their own 17. Now they're back to the 12-yard line. 2nd and 15. They do put it in the air. Out in the flats, Flax and Staub on defense. He fumbles, and it's out of bounds. Out of bounds at the 23-yard line.
Boy, you almost called that one.
Still well short of the first down. But it's going to be 3rd and, we'll call it 5. No, we'll call it 4.
And right now they're in 4-down territory. They're going to go 4 downs no matter what, because with 2 minutes and 25 seconds left, it's not going to do you any good to punt the ball.
Monarchs on top, 3-0. And big play once again for the Monarch defense right here. And kind of a semi-draw there. I believe he's short of the first down. We'll see where they mark it. It's 4th down.
Well, that time they ran a quick trap to the fullback, and the Monarchs did a good job of filling, and it's going to be a big 4th down here.
Okay, the crowd's going to get it here. Let's give a listen to the Monarch crowd fire up that TMP defense. It's 4th and 2 from the 25-yard line. Folks, this is your football game right here. Now we've got a timeout called by Scott City. They want to talk about it and quiet the crowd down. You know, it's like Arrowhead Stadium here, Howard.
Well, I'm amazed at the number of fans that are out here tonight and facing these cold conditions. And not only they out here, they're supporting these Monarchs. Boy, they're noisy and loud. I better let you get
I've got one more spot to get in here, and then we can talk football.
Good.
This game brought to you in part by AA Sporting Goods. AA Sporting Goods packed full of your favorite quality athletic wear, featuring orangewear shorts and jerseys made of micro mesh dazzle cloth or the hot new Z-Cloth. Lots of bad colors to choose from. Orangewear quality is used by major colleges and teams throughout the U.S., including FHSU and the Converse-sponsored teams of Oklahoma, TCU, New Mexico, University of Southern Carolina, Louisville, University of Arkansas, and Clemson. Orangewear made right here in Hayes and available at AA Sporting Goods on the mall in Hayes. And I want to take this opportunity to thank once again all our sponsors for bringing you the Cable 14 Game of the Week. Here goes the crowd again. The deep players on the sideline are getting them fired up. Big play, 1:52 left in the football game.
This is a ball game right here, Larry.
4th and 2. Let's listen. establish a first down up to the 35-yard line. Is that 44? Adam Wiley.
And now watch for the hurry-up offense. I'm sure that Scott City's going to come in and spread them out and hurry it up and run their 2-minute drill.
No, Gene Flax has expressed concern about his pass defense, so let's see if they can do it here.
He's got
back to pass. And now he breaks away. Good play there by number 64, Mitch Rupp, runs him down. And the nice thing is there, it keeps the clock running. Now we've got a timeout called by Scott City with 1:23 left to go in the football game. 3-0, Monarchs are on top.
Larry, and credit that sack to the defensive secondary. They stuck to the receivers like glue. Quarterback had really no place to go.
As you can see there, 1:23 left in this one, folks. Monarchs are on top, 3-0. Fighting for a chance to go to the Kansas Class 4A playoffs, of which if the Monarchs win, the first game will be here at Lewis Field Stadium. And as I said earlier, in all likelihood, we will be bringing you that as an additional Cable 14 game of the week. If Howard can be here, that is.
You know,
of course, Jeff told me he was off that week.
it looks like Ashland University, PJ's football team out there, has a shot at the playoffs. They just broke into the top 20, and they're rated 5th in their region. And big game tomorrow. If they win tomorrow, they'll be in good shape.
Well, cool. Okay, 2nd and 7 from the 38 for Scott City. They're going to try. Oh,
that's
boy.
a fumble, isn't it?
That is close to being a backwards pass.
Yes, it was. That was from behind where the quarterback was positioned.
Well, at any rate, it's an incomplete pass, was what they called it. So I thought it might have been intercepted since it looked like it popped off his shoulder pad up into the air, and I thought one of the Monarchs might be able to pick it off.
Boy, and that would have been 6, wouldn't it, Larry?
You have to wonder whether he maybe wasn't going to throw the ball again.
It may have been a double pass.
So Hayes High score on that one a few weeks ago, or last week, I guess it was. Now they put it in the air. They got a man open. Look out here. Wiley runs him out at the 27-yard line. And look out, because Scott City's getting back close into their field goal territory.
Boy, and right there where you have that situation, you just hate to see your defenders get beat in that kind of situation.
The good news for the Monarchs, and Jeff, if you can go over to the flag real quickly here, stiff wind against the Scott City Beavers here. Should they have to attempt a field goal here, as you can see, the wind is against them. It's not blowing that much there, but there's been some gusts keeping that flag out there. So 1st and 10 from the 28-yard line for the Beavers here. Back in the air again go the Beavers, and it's almost picked off. Defensively, Beaker went for Brad Beaker, the 145-pound junior, went for the pickoff.
Boy, that was a nice play by Brad Beaker. He sat back, broke on the ball when he was supposed to, and almost made the pick. Good job, Brad.
At any rate, he broke it up. The bad news is it stops the clock with 1:09 left in the football game. 3-0, the Monarchs are on top. 2nd and 10 from the 38-yard line for the Beavers. Back to throw once again.
Got a man.
And now we're going to have a flag, and I believe Beaker this time is going to be called for interference.
Larry, there wasn't much Brad could do. The man really had him beat. Brad was all over him, and that was a good call by the official.
The good news is I believe that's a 10 or 15-yard penalty. So one thing about it in high school football, if you're beat on the long pass, it doesn't hurt you. It actually loses yardage for the offensive team. Now there's another flag back here, though. So we've got dual penalties here. Let's see if we're just going to do it over. Illegal block by Scott City, pass interference by the Monarchs, and I think we're just going to do it over. Big break for the Monarchs there.
That's huge. Is this a game or what?
You know, we've had the last 2 times we've done the Monarchs, it's come right down to the final seconds, and that's the fun kind of games you do when you're up here, not when you're on the sideline, I'll tell you.
And this one has to rank right up there with the Garden City Hayes High game as my favorite game this year so far. And getting back there, the Monarchs, number 51, Jason Decker, the 215-pound junior, comes up with a big play. The clock is running at 54. Now they stop it. Scott City calls their last timeout with 54.1 seconds left. Now, yes, it is a Scott City timeout. That would be their last. Big play by Jason Decken.
That takes him out of field goal range.
Jason Decken has been all over this field tonight. He's made several key plays, but none bigger than that play right there, Larry.
Back at the 37-yard line of the Monarchs.
I'm having a good time.
This is fun. Jason Decken. He's taking a deserved drink of water there, takes his helmet off, number 51 you see there. Big play by the junior. As one of you guys mentioned, Jeff or Howard, definitely takes him out of field goal range, especially with that wind blowing against the Beavers like it is. The only field goal that's been good tonight has been the one that's been kicked from right to left. Both of the attempts from left to right were missed. One by Scott City, one by TMP.
Right now, if you're a defensive coach, you were probably talking about either coming and sending the heat or laying back in coverage. And I have a suspicion that TMP is going to send the heat.
We'll find out. 54.1 seconds left. Another big play for the Monarch defense. It's 3rd and 17 from the 37-yard line for the Beavers. He's back to pass once again.
Got a man.
Got a man open, but he can't make the catch at the 17-yard line. That's going to bring up a 4th down. The incomplete pass does stop the clock with 48.6 seconds left.
Boy, and this is a nail-biter, Larry. There's nothing greater than football, this type of football, high school football, playoff football, Friday night football.
Monarchs attempting to go 2-0 on the new season that starts with district plays. Next week, they'll travel to Colby to take on the Eagles. And if they win that game, they'll be back here at Lewis Field, assuming they go ahead and win here tonight.
The adrenaline's got to be fantastic out there.
This is it.
This is the ball game, folks. 4th and 17. And it's caught, maybe short of the 1st down. Let's see where they mark it. At any rate, they'll stop the clock to move the chains. No, they will not. 38 point. Yeah, they've stopped it. 38.5 seconds left. It is a 1st down. So Scott City has another chance here. I still don't know that they're in field goal range against this wind, but they're just going to down it and try the field goal here with 37.4 seconds left in the football game.
Larry, I think they'll run a play or two yet.
Oh yeah, they got plenty of time.
Kick.
They got one more timeout too left. No, they don't.
I would think they'd run a play for the fact that it would be about a 37-yard field goal attempt against a pretty stiff wind here at Lewis Field Stadium.
And he missed one earlier from that distance.
So 2nd and 10 for the Beavers. They're going to go for the pass once again. If they can tackle him here, this one's over. This one could be over. Well, 30 seconds left in the football game.
Plenty of time. Scott City just wants to get up to the line of scrimmage.
Now they'll probably just down it. Now there's an official timeout.
Now they're going to warn TMP to get back to the line.
Evidently, they've got an equipment problem with one of the Monarchs. So that's a break for Scott City. It's one time if you're a Monarch, you don't want your equipment to fail you. 23.5 seconds left. It's 3rd down. They're going to have to go for the touchdown. Look out here, folks. And they tackle him at the 4.
Out of time.
15.4 seconds left. They'll stop the clock to move the chains. It is a 1st down, but now do you kick a field goal and go for overtime here?
I think he'll throw one more into the end zone.
It appears they will. No, they down it. So do they. 13.3 seconds left to go in the football game. Howard, do you go for the tie in overtime or do you go for the end zone?
Right here, if it were me, I would throw one more into the end zone. You've got plenty of time. If it's incomplete, now you kick the field goal.
Now there may be a mistake. Monarchs call a timeout. I don't know. Is that a good move or not? Do you want to give Scott City time to organize?
Well, it depends on whether you were organized or not. And it could be that TMP just didn't feel comfortable, and then it's right to call the timeout.
Okay, so Monarchs call the timeout. Scott City has long been out of timeouts. There's 13.3 seconds left in this one, folks.
Larry, I would assume what you're going to see, I may be wrong, but I would assume you'll see one ball thrown in the end zone, probably in the corner somewhere. And if that's incomplete, then they'll kick the field goal.
Jeff, I think I don't want to say this, but I'm going to anyway. 3-0 Monarchs, 13.3 seconds left to go in the football game. I think we might be looking at our first overtime game on the Cable 14 game of the week, because they are well within range now of their kicker against the wind or not.
Now they want to don't make a mistake. If Scott City makes a mistake and gets tackled, this game's over. So he's got to get rid of the ball quick.
Probably going to throw the football, I would guess. 2nd and goal.
There it is.
He's in trouble. He throws it out of the end zone now.
That's
8
good.
seconds left in the football game.
Fans are upset, but that's a good call.
So now Scott City's got to make a decision here. Do they want to go for the win, or do they want to play for overtime?
You might see him throw one more time. It'd have to be
3rd
quick.
and goal from the 4-yard line. And Scott City is going to go for the tie.
Probably a good call by George Kane over there.
Now let's just hope they shank this thing.
Let's watch the Monarchs come after this one and see if they can block it here. This is your ball game. 8 seconds left. Brandon Schmidt will try a 22-yard field goal attempt. It's no good.
Oh, good.
It's off to the left. Monarchs are going to win it, folks. 4 seconds left in the football game. 22-yard field goal attempt by Brandon Schmidt is wide to the left. And the Monarchs.
Nobody feels worse on that field than that poor kicker right there.
No question.
It was certainly long enough. And now all the Monarchs have to do is take a knee on the 20-yard line.
What a game.
And let's give credit to Scott City. They came in here as decided underdogs, and they've really played a whale of a game. That was a great drive, and like you said, you kind of feel sorry for the kid that had to miss the field goal, but you feel good for the Monarchs because we're going on to beat Colby next week.
I am so glad they didn't make that kick because I'm running out of tape and I didn't bring another one. Real good planning.
1st and 10 Monarchs from the 20, and they'll take a knee here, and this one's in the books, folks. There it does. Matt Bloom takes the knee.
Look at that.
Boy, and you've got to feel great for Coach Gene Flax. What a gentleman. What a good coach, and what a great guy. I just am so happy for Coach Flax and his whole staff.
What a ball game here tonight, Jeff.
Are they going to rip down the goalpost?
Hey, that would be cool.
Don't say that too loud.
We finally got another win on the Cable 14 game of the week, and what an exciting one it was.
Look at the students out there, Jeff.
Turn out the lights.
Here we go.
The party's over.
Do you know what, Jeff? It was such an exciting game, you couldn't even sing till the end there.
I forgot about it.
Okay, well, I know Jeff said he's running out of tape, so we're going to wrap it up here from Lewis Field Stadium. That's your ball game. The TMP Marian Monarchs have gone 2-0 in district play. They've defeated the Scott City Beavers here tonight by the score of 3-0. I'm Larry Calvery, and for Howard Peters and Jeff Durall, we're saying thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed it. If you didn't enjoy this one, you won't enjoy a football game.
If you didn't enjoy this one, you've got ice water running through your veins.
Hey, and let's wish these Monarchs well. Next week in Colby, we want to see them back here again and do one more game with them.
Okay, next week we have the Hayes High Indians and the McPherson Bullpups on the Cable 14 game of the week. So long, everyone.
Goodbye.
Good night.